Okay, so we're going to work through level 1C guided notes. So your learning target for this level is I can solve multi-step inequalities and graph them on a number line. So again, your special rule, if you multiply or divide by a negative, your inequality sign flips. You cannot forget that. All right, so we're going to just solve several equations here. I'm going to draw my line. I want all my x's on the left. So how do I move positive 4x? I'm going to subtract it from 10x. So I get 6x minus 2 is greater than negative 7. Okay, now I need to move the negative 2, so I'm going to add it to negative 7. So I get 6x is greater than negative 5. How do I get rid of the 6? I'm going to divide. So x is greater than negative 5 over 6. If I do negative 5 over 6 in my calculator, it's not a whole number. So I'm just going to leave that. All right, B. Again, I'm going to move 4x over by subtracting it. So I get 5x minus 9 is greater than or equal to negative 2. How do I move the 9 over? I'm going to add it. So I get 5x is greater than or equal to 7. Right now I'm going to divide by 5. I'm not flipping the sign because that wasn't negative. 7 over 5, that's as simplified as the fraction can go. All right, C looks like a really hard problem. So let's start with the parentheses. I'm going to make my pen a bit thinner so I can fit it. So remember that negative sign, that's just a negative 1. So I have negative 7x, negative 1 times negative 5, plus 5x plus 4 is less than or equal to negative 3x minus 2 plus 4x. I'm going to combine my terms on both sides. So I'm going to put my x's together on both sides. So that gives me negative 7 plus 5 is negative 2x plus 4 is less than or equal to negative 3 plus 4x minus 2. And now I'm going to draw my line, move over my positive x. Negative 2 minus 1, that's negative 3x plus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 2. How do I move the plus 4? I'm going to subtract it. So I get negative 3x less than or equal to negative 6. Now notice that there's a negative attached to the x. That means I'm going to have to flip my sign when I divide. So I get x is greater than or equal to negative 6 divided by negative 3 is positive 2. Whew, that was a long one. You upper level equation solvers, you should be able to do that one easily. So now we're going to solve them and we're going to graph them. So I'm going to want my x's all on the same side. So again, I'm going to subtract 4x. If that was negative 4x originally, remember you would add it. So I get 3x minus 3 is greater than 6. How do I get rid of the minus 3? I'm going to add it. 3x is greater than 9. Divide by 3. Don't have to flip anything. X is greater than 3. Remember, if it's less than or greater than, it's just open. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal, closed circle. So it's an open circle over 3 pointing to the left. All right, let's try another one. So I'm going to get rid of this 9x. So 8 minus 9, that's negative 1x minus 2. It's less than or equal to negative 4. Get rid of the minus 2. I'm going to add it. Of negative 1x is less than or equal to negative 2. Going to be dividing by a negative number. So your sign is going to flip. Negative 2 divided by negative 1 is positive 2. It's a closed circle over 2 pointing to the right. All right, last one. So I see parentheses on this one, so I need to distribute first thing. So I get 6x plus 5. Side stays the same. Negative 1 times 2, that's negative. I don't know where my pen is. Negative 2x minus 5. So guys, we're going to get negative 2x minus 5. There we go. I'm going to draw my line. Going to add 2x to both sides here. 6x plus 2x, that's 8x. Plus 5 is less than negative 5. Going to subtract 5. Now we get 8x is less than negative 10. Going to divide by 8. X is less than negative 10 over 8. And if you push second PRB, it's going to tell you it's negative 5 over 4, which is really close to negative 1.25. Actually, it is negative 1.25. So I'm going to go to negative 1.25. See, I forgot my or equal sign under all my inequalities. Don't forget that. And draw a closed circle over that number. My arrow's moving to the left. Right, there you go.